Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga with Katie. Today is day 7 of your 30-day Rise Challenge. So congratulations, this will mark 1 full week. Today we are doing a gentle flow and it's going to be aimed towards a morning stretch. So when you first wake up, we're usually pretty tight. We're basically going to wake up our muscles, get our blood flowing just a little bit, and then close it out. So I hope you enjoy. Starting in your simple seated, whatever that looks like for you, you guys know the drill at this point. You sit down however's comfortable on your knees and your hips and your back. It makes no difference to me. So, sitting up tall, go ahead and close your eyes. Let your hands rest down on your knees or your thighs. Deep inhale through your nose. Let your belly expand out. Feel those ribs and your back body open up. And controlled exhale, making it as long as possible, pulling that belly button back in towards your spine. Relax your shoulders. On your next inhale, sweep up. Get nice and tall, reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, take your hands back behind you, lace your fingers together or put your hands down behind you. Draw your shoulders down and back and look up towards the ceiling for your chest opener. Relax your arms. Deep inhale, sweep up. Exhale, left elbow drives down. Your lat muscle in your back is going to turn on, so you should be nice and rooted through your right elbow. Your left hand's going to come up and over for a stretch down your left side. But make sure that left hip stays rooted down into your mat. You might want to pop up. Inhale, both hands back up high. Exhale, left elbow drives down, left lat turns on behind you, right hand up and over, right hip stays down on the mat. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, we're going to fold out over those legs. It doesn't matter how they are. Keeping both hips down on the floor. Still being aware of our alignment in our spine. We don't want to hunch over our legs. Staying nice and tall. The crown of your head is still going up towards the ceiling. Deep inhales, long exhales. Slowly bring it back up. Deep inhale, sweep up. Right hand on the outside of the left knee, left hand back behind you. Gently twist in for your spinal twist. Bring it back. We're going to switch our legs out. If your legs are folded, if your legs are out in front of you, then you have nothing to worry about. You're going to stay exactly how you are. So, if my right leg's out in front of me, I'm just going to scooch it back closer to me and bring the left leg out in front. Sitting up tall. Deep inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold out over those legs. This side might feel a little different than the other side. That's totally normal. walk it back up. Deep inhale, sweep up. Exhale, left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand back behind you. Spinal twist towards the right. Gently bring it back. We're going to extend our left leg out and fold our right knee in. And if your right foot doesn't come to your left thigh, don't worry about it. If this is as far as you get, that's as far as you get. I'm not concerned about it. You make it work for you. Just be mindful that this left knee should not be locked out. I call it the armpit of the leg. The back of the knee should not be touching your mat, okay, in any circumstance, because that means your knee's locked out, and when our knees lock out, they get very angry at us. They start to hurt. So make sure there's just a little baby bend in that left knee. But we're gonna flex the left foot up towards the ceiling, open up those toes, wiggle them out. Go ahead and point your left toes, getting a stretch on the top of your foot and in your ankle. And bring that foot back up to neutral, up towards the ceiling. Deep inhale, sweep up. On your exhale, we're gonna turn our full chest towards the left foot. Our right hip stays down, so our right hip's not gonna come up with us. You're rooting down through the right and getting a twist in your torso and your thoracic spine, turning and folding out over that left leg. Breathing into it. If you need to make sure and just double check yourself to make sure that your right hip is staying down on the ground, before you twist, put your right hand on your right hip and make sure that right hip doesn't turn with you. You'll be able to feel it in your hands, whether that hip is moving with you or not. Slowly walk it back up. Bring your chest back to forward. Inhale, sweep up. On your exhale, left hand comes down to left shin or left foot. Right arm comes up and over. Again, that right hip is not going to follow us. It's staying rooted down so you can get a good stretch in that right side. Use your core. Bring it all the way back up, both arms up, deep inhale. Exhale, hands to heart space. All right, ending out on our left leg, we're going to switch our legs out. So right foot comes out, left foot bends inward. Again, this side may not match the other side. Totally normal, totally fine. Make this side work for you. If you need to use your block and put it up under your leg, that's fine. If your foot doesn't come to your thigh, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just make it work for you. Little bend in that right knee. We're gonna flex the right toes back, wiggle the toes out, loosen up those little foot joints. Go ahead and point your right toes, stretch on the top of the foot and in the ankle. And bring that right foot back up to neutral. Deep inhale, sweep up. On your exhale, turning your chest towards that right leg, keep the left hip rooted down. Exhale, forward fold out over that right leg. Breathing with it. Slowly walk it back up. Bring your chest back to center. Deep inhale, sweep up. Exhale, right hand comes down to the right shin or the right foot. Left hand comes up and over. Left hip stays rooted down to the floor for a stretch down our left sides. Use your core, bring it back up, both hands up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, hands down the heart space. All right, we are going to go to our back now and go into a few inversions. So inversions are either for you or not. So if they're not for you, inversions can sometimes bring up feelings, okay? Inversions could be triggering to you, depending on circumstances or situations that have happened to you, okay? So, without saying those certain things on YouTube does not like those things, just be careful and be really mindful about what you're feeling in inversion poses, okay? So, inversion poses are, generally speaking, anything that raises your legs higher than your head, your hips higher than your head, things like that. So if they are not for you, feel free to skip out at this point, okay? So we are going to start in a bridge, so a very simple inversion, usually a pretty friendly inversion if you are just dipping your toes into them. So what we're going to do is lay down on your back. You're going to keep your knees bent up towards the ceiling, feet on your mat. And you're going to scoot your feet as close to your rear as you can. Okay? Now, I want you to check your feet. Are your heels right behind your hip bones? Because in your bridge, your hips are the determiner. Okay? So if I were to be able to see through my hips, I should be able to see my heels right behind my hips. Then I want you to look at your knees. Are your knees touching? Are they sprawled all the way out? I want them in straight lines from your hip bones. Okay? So everything should line up with your hips. From there, when we lay down on the floor, you can probably see it now in my shoulders. My shoulders want to curl upwards. Okay? So what we're going to do is be conscious with our shoulders, draw them down and back behind us, and rotate your palms up towards the ceiling, because that's just going to make it a little easier to keep those shoulder blades behind you. From here, you're going to push through the middle and the heel of your foot, squeeze your rear, draw your belly button in, and raise your hips up. And we're going to hold that at the top. Breathe with it. There should be a little space between your chin and your chest to keep your spine in alignment. Not putting any extra pressure on the neck. We'll hold that for 3, 2, 1. Slowly drop back down to the floor. Go ahead and bring your knees up into your chest. Give them a hug. Rock side to side if it feels good. So that was a very simple inversion. We're going to go back into bridge. We're going to go into a supported bridge. So you can use your hands, your arms for that. Or if you have a block or a pillow, feel free to grab that. All right, bringing your feet back down to the mat, heels behind your hips, knees in line with the hips, shoulder blades are down and back, palms up towards the ceiling. Push through those heels, belly buttons drawn in, squeezing your buns at the top, back into your bridge. Now, if you wanted to go into a supported bridge, you could put your hands, which my arms are a little too long to do this with, but you could put your hands right up underneath the small of your back. Okay, that is a supported bridge. That's not very comfortable for me. So I'm going to grab my block, put it up underneath my back, and remember your block has 3 different sides, so you can make it work for you. I'm going to put it right at my low back and just rest my hips down on it. This can help relieve the hips. If you want to sway side to side and bring just a little bit of movement to it, you can. Breathing with it. All right, from here, if you are in a hand-supported bridge, go ahead and drop back down. And if you're in a block-supported bridge, you can take your block out if you choose to, or you can leave your block underneath you. From here, we're going to take our left knee, bring him into our chest, and give that left knee just a little hug. Nothing too dramatic, but just starting to open up those inner thighs and your hamstrings. Careful not to let that right knee splay out to the right side. Keep that right knee in line with that right hip. Slowly take that left leg back down to the mat. Deep inhale, long exhale. On your next inhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Give him a hug. Keep that left knee in line with that left hip. And breathe with it. Slowly bring that right foot back to your mat. I'm going to get my heels back in alignment. I'm going to get ready to take my block out from underneath me. So heels back in alignment. I'm going to push through my feet, bring my hips up, take that block out slowly. Slowly bring those hips back down to the floor. Take your arms up overhead, stretch it out. Bring those knees into your chest, give them a hug. Bring your feet back down to your mat. Okay, so I'm going to make my way up. You can feel free to stay laying down for the time being. What we're going to end out on today is called legs up the wall. Okay? So legs up the wall is another inversion. So you need to be mindful if you have blood pressure issues. Be cautious going into this. It very much can affect your blood pressure. If you have poor circulation, like me, I have to watch out for this one. I may not be able to stay in it as long as I direct you, but you come out of it whenever you need to, if you even choose to take this. You can always choose to take a Shavasana down, laying flat on the floor if that's better for your body. So honor what you can do, but I will direct you into your legs up the wall. I'll stay there for just a little bit, and then I'm going to come out, but I'm going to teach you how to come into it and how to come out of it, okay? So you will need a wall, obviously. You're going to come over to the wall and get as close as you can to it. It is your best friend right now. So from here, you're going to try to sit, I'm going to be really blunt here, you're going to try to sit your butt cheek on the wall, okay? So I don't want your cheeks on the floor. If I have the wall on my right side, I'm going to stick my right cheek on the wall, and I'm going to get really, really close to the wall, okay? So from here, my legs are straight. I'm going to come down to my back, and it's exactly how it sounds. I'm going to take my left hand out in front of me because I'm laying down on my left side. I'm going to lead with that right leg. Your bun should be touching the wall. Your heel should be touching the wall. Your legs should not be locked out. And you can take your arms out to a T, or you can take them up overhead. So this is where we will stay for just a minute or so. And then when I cue you, or when you need to come out in your own time, you're going to do exactly the opposite of what we just did. So you're going to take your legs, walk them down the wall. And this is going to be a very slow process. You're going to come back down to your side, rest here for just a second. So when I say, or if you need to come out early, that's fine. But when I say to roll over onto your side, come out of your wall, lay down on your side. If you're in your Shavasana, you already know the drill, lay down on your side. And then when you're ready, very slowly coming out of this, you will make your way laying flat on your mats. So we'll go from legs up the wall, laying down on your side, back to your mat, okay? So if you are not already, go ahead and make your way to your wall. I have my wall on my right side. I'm going to stick my right cheek on the wall, legs out in front of me, left hand extended out. Bringing your arms out to a T or arms up overhead. Again, if this is not for you, you can start in your Savasana. But wherever you are, get back in tune with your breath. Deep inhales, long exhales. In through the nose and out through the mouth. If you have not already, slowly make your way out of your legs up the wall. Walk those legs down, coming down onto your side. When your legs hit the floor, just stay there. Don't move yet. Let your body adjust. Still taking those deep inhales, long exhales, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And if you chose legs up the wall today, go ahead and slowly come to your back on your mat. If you're in your Savasana, stay right there. When you get to the mat, you find a resting position that feels best for you. And starting with your head, working down to your toes, we are going to consciously relax our bodies. You can use this time for prayer, for meditation. Whatever you need is a time of relaxation. Relax your forehead. Relax your jaw, your shoulders, your arms. Relax your hands, your hips. Relax your legs and your feet. Melt your body back into that mat. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring some awareness back. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And when you're ready, you can roll over onto whatever side feels best if you're not already there. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Completely emptying yourself. And slowly make your way back up to seated. No fast movements. Whatever seated position feels best for you. Sitting up, eyes still closed. Coming back in to our breath, back into our alignment. Keeping those shoulders down and relaxed. On your next inhale, sweep up. Exhale, push through your palms, hands to heart space. Ending with thumbs to chest. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart space. Last one, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart space. Congratulations, guys. You have just finished your first week of your Rise Challenge. So remember to subscribe and to hit the bell notification so you don't miss tomorrow's video. I will see you for day 8. Remember to be kind, show love, and give grace today. Bye-bye.